The study of the human brain starts with cognitive psychology and neuroscience, how the anatomy and the structure of the human brain is created, the cell body, the soma, the dendrites, the axon, the plasticity within the brain that is restored every time we do educational and academic learning. That is actually a very simple rule that is in neuroscience. We have different types of neurotransmitters, and each neurotransmitters have a specific role. Each could be for a reward pathway, for a mood, for personality, for memory. Gamma neurotransmitter is very important for memory. The brain is a complex but marvelous part of the body. It's divided in different association areas, lobes. Each lobe has a very critical part in cognitive thinking, cognitive ability, the way we're able to persuade, think, perception, planning. It's all here in the human brain, the cerebrum, which cerebrum is more motor cortex, coordination, and the association areas are more to our cognitive thinking. For example, the temporal lobe has higher planning that correlates to our cognitive thinking. Then we have temporal lobe that is actually correlated to our language. A lot of people, when it comes to learning, we're very visual. We see things and we remember them. That's sometimes is called a photographic memory. That is a combination of explicit and implicit memory. And explicit memory is the ability to correlate symbols and words, something similar to mathematics. That's how mathematics form. We're able to see symbols and words. And then we have explicit memory just based on facts. The more we're able to study, the more we're able to educate ourselves, our plasticity keeps growing. We strengthen dendrites, syndromes, and axons, and that reshapes our parts of the brain that associates with learning and memory. The amygdala, for example, plays a critical role when it comes to emotions and learning. We have the hypothalamus, we have the limbic system, a whole set of components that correlate to what is known learning memory. REM sleep is also very important. REM sleep is divided into spaces, and each space has a percentage. When we're able to dream, dreaming is actually very critical and important. When we're able to dream, we're actually increasing our gray matter. It's called IQ, intelligence quotient. That is part where consolidation takes place. Now, reconsolidation is the ability we have to have new new memories, new ideas. That is what reconciliation is. The human brain is very complex, but the more we study, the more we're able to see it. It is an amazing anatomical structure to be able to see. We have pathways, we have the anatomical structure, the lobes, we have the limbic system, the hypothalamus, the thalamus, how the brain is created within conception. For example, the forebrain, that hindbrain, then the limbic, you have the nervous system. It all correlates and plays an essential part. The more we're able to learn, the more we're able to have memorization that reshapes the plasticity of the brain. The plasticity is so important when it comes to correlating and remember things. That's where learning takes place. The more we're intellectually stimulated, the more it 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 activates our neurons. The research that we're doing right now is based on intelligence. Well, we have the different type of intelligence. We have multiple intelligence, emotional intelligence, spatial perspective. We have analytical, logistic, different models and cognitive models that correlate to what intelligence is. We also have how memories form, how memories and emotions correlate together, how emotions play a part to how what we learn and we're able to think. In today's world in cognitive psychology and neuroscience, we're studying what how memories form, how memories created, and that takes place in different anatomical like the limbic system, pituitary gland, the amygdala. The it takes place through a set of components that the encephalon that is able to complete who we are. DNA plays a high element when it comes to cognitive psychology, neuroscience, or DNA messenger, or DNA or RNA or chromosome that determines our ability to learn. The cognitive abilities from your father and your mother are going to build your intelligence. Meaning, in my case, both of my parents are scientists and mathematicians. I would say my brain is leaning more to the science and mathematics. from statistics. I mean, formula, standard deviation, t-distribution, and COVA, all the different methodologies, calculation, that is all fascinating field to study. Then we have the science part, the ability to understand how the brain learns is another fascinating topic to study. In my research, I'll be posting lectures that I'm doing. How what could help you increase in intelligence quotient? It's called intelligence, intellectualism, intellectual, and how you can build a stronger memory. How you can able to maybe build what's called photographic memory and procedure semantic memory. We have so many different type of memories. To avoid the reduction in your intelligence quotient and IQ, you must continue doing academically stimulating work, like academic is stimulating work. For example, continue going, get your Ph.D, get your J.D, get your master's, continue accumulating degrees, because the more you know, the better for innovation, creativity, and mathematics. Um, for now, innovation is a critical component. It's very important to be able to think in scientific mathematics and to have creativity. Natural learners are very creative. Natural learners don't think on the conventional thought. We are able to think outside methodologies. We're able to link our creative side, scientific and mathematics side, and create a whole set of methodologies, which is fascinating. So I encourage you to keep going to school, to learn, to develop methodologies, to do research, to teach. It a whole set of components that's going to come together. And remember, external stimulus, like natural learners, they're stimulated by creativity and external stimulus. Myself, I'm very sensitive, so I'm stimulated by external stimulus, people that are surrounded. So that all plays a key element and role in how you build your IQ and intellectual quotient. I'll be posting more research on what I'm doing. I love neuroscience and I love mathematics. The ability to correlate both and to apply creativity and how to explain you can develop a very photographic memory. Like I have, I was blessed to have a very photographic memory, and I'm very blessed to God. And the ability to see knowledge, numbers, equations, pages, numbers. That's actually a gift from God. It's not a very normal average intelligence. Is called natural intelligence, the perception, the ability to have multiple intelligence, and correlate spatial perception to science, mathematics, and creativity. Nidia.